I think from the traditional sense, as it relates to what people are used to when they talk about cyber threats, is insider threats is always at the top of the list. You've got employees that make mistakes. You know, people are human, so they make mistakes, and oftentimes that leads to something bad that the bad guys basically take advantage of. But also, you know, you've got insider threats from the standpoint of employees that may be disgruntled, or like anybody, they get tempted by things, and maybe they commit the crimes themselves. So they already have access to your environment, so you don't suspect them usually. They can do that within the normal course of the day in their work and do the things they need to do that can affect your company pretty negatively. But I'd say for the most part, it's a lot of times it's just that these employees are stretched, so they're not necessarily doing the things they should be doing to kind of maintain good IT hygiene or good security principles and those kinds of things, or maybe they're not properly trained. I think everybody's really dealing with resource issues these days, and so I think that's a big problem. People don't really think about it in those terms when you talk about insider threats, but those are certainly a major one. Now after that, you have kind of all the other traditional ones. You've got cyber criminals. It's a very large industry. It's a very well-formed, mature industry, full services like you would have with any other private industry in the world. I don't think people really understand that either, that these aren't just kids sitting in their basement hacking. These are just organized crime doing a lot of this. It's very lucrative. I think one of the biggest threats we have is we don't have consensus from a public-private standpoint on how we're going to maintain basic security standards. If you think about what we do for things like the automotive industry, right? There are safety standards for cars, so car manufacturers, people who service those cars, have to meet minimum guidelines if you're going to sell those and put those out to the public. We don't do that with IT products, and we certainly don't do it from a security standpoint, and I think that is a major threat that I don't think we talk about enough.